surprised about that actually, because it feels like we're at 2%, 20 years ago, so I'm assuming that's a national statistic, is it?
Yes.
Not a program statistic.
Yeah.
National. Yeah. Look, governments have pushes every now and again. So I think, people can lobby government for, I'm not just talking about funding, but for, putting messages out there and creating, organisations that support women in these non-traditional type areas or support people that are, there's lots and lots of organisations out there. But I think what happens is it goes in waves. And so all of a sudden the flavour of the month is transgender. Okay, let's have a big push on transgender. Then the next month it might be, okay, let's get women into trades. We don't have enough sparkies in the world, female sparkies. Let's have a big push on that. But I think that it's kind of like a centralised effort on one particular thing. Whereas I go, well, okay, what could program do? So program do a lot of stuff internally. There's no doubt about that. They support their staff. There's all these types of working groups or groups, to help kind of improve the acceptance and diversity in the workplace and all that. It's no good just knowing that we're programmed and advertising an electrician's job. So what we need to do is go out into the community and actually educate all people, but predominantly females, that it's okay to come and work with us as a Sparky. We'll give you a job, We'll give you what you need to become an electrician. And in this day and age, there's lots of support around you. It's not a taboo subject anymore. Or come and be an industrial painter with PIM. Come and be an industrial painter. I think we need to actually go out into the community and do a bit more than what we're doing just internally if we want to help, bring women into those non-traditional fields within programmed even.
Yeah, and we need to normalize it more.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that needs to be considered too is, and a deterrent for both, I think, the employer and the employee, is women obviously carry children and get pregnant. So, for instance, if I look at my trade in carpentry and joinery, there were a number of things that I would not be able to do once I get past a certain stage in pregnancy. And so I always had this in the back of my mind, knowing that I would have children, which I'm lucky enough to have 2 beautiful children. But I always knew that there would come a point in time where I wasn't going to be able to stand that frame up, and I wasn't going to be able to climb that roof, and I wasn't going to be able to lift that floor joist, and lay that floor joist down. And so I think, and nobody had the answer, because they were questions I was asking. What happens to me when I have to stop work for 6 months? What happens, when I can't lift for 6 months prior to that, so a good sort of 12 to 18 month period where I'm not going to be able to do the normal jobs I do. It's in everybody's minds, because as a woman, you need to work, but you want to have children. How can you do both when you got a trade that's like that? To be honest with you, I'm not sure, things are as bad as they used to be in terms of that acceptance, but certainly I think that it's a whole for tradeswomen, that there is no solution that is made public anyway around, if you work for us in a non-traditional trade and you do fall pregnant, here's what we'll do for you.